Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 7th June. A journey through time of 7th June 2025. Saturday. Today's, that is 7th June's highlights in history. 1628. The Petition of Right, a major English constitutional document, is granted the royal assent by Charles Swan and becomes law. 1640. Corpus de Sang in Barcelona. Catalan repos rioted against Spanish royal soldiers and officers, killing the Viceroy of Catalonia, Dalmau de Queralt. Escalation of hostilities between the Principality of Catalonia and the Spanish monarchy, leading to the Repos War. 1654. Louis XIV is crowned King of France. 1692. Port Royal, Jamaica is hit by a catastrophic earthquake. In just 3 minutes, 1600 people are killed and around 3,000 are seriously injured. 1776. Richard Henry Lee presents the Lee Resolution to the Continental Congress. The motion is seconded by John Adams and will lead to the United States Declaration of Independence. 1788. French Revolution. Day of the Tiles. Civilians in Grenoble toss roof tiles and various objects down upon royal troops. 1800. David Thompson reaches the mouth of the Saskatchewan River in Manitoba. 1810. The newspaper Gazeta de Buenos Aires is first published in Argentina. 1832. The Great Reform Act of England and Wales receives royal assent. 1832. Asian cholera reaches Quebec, brought by Irish immigrants, and kills about 6,000 people in Lower Canada. 1862. The United States and the United Kingdom agree in the Lune-Stewart Treaty to suppress the African slave trade. 1866. 1,800 Fenian raiders are repelled back to the United States after looting and plundering the Saint Amand and Fredericksburg areas of Canada East. 1880. War of the Pacific, the Battle of Africa, the assault and capture of Morro de Africa Cave, ends the Campana del Desert Campaign. 1892. Homer Plessy is arrested for refusing to leave his seat in the whites-only car of a train. He lost the resulting court case, Plessy versus Ferguson. 1899. American temperance crusader Carrie Nation begins a campaign of vandalizing alcohol-serving establishments by destroying the inventory in a salon in Kewa, Kansas. 1905. Norway's parliament dissolves its union with Sweden. The vote was confirmed by a national plebiscite on August 13th of that year. 1906. Cunard Line's RMS Lusitania is launched from the John Brown Shipyard, Glasgow, Clydebank, Scotland. 1917. World War I. Battle of Messines. Allied soldiers detonate a series of mines underneath German trenches at Messines Ridge, killing 10,000 German troops. 1919. Set Guinea. Nationalist riots break out in Valletta, the capital of Malta. British soldiers fire into the crowd, killing 4 people. 1929. The Lateran Treaty is ratified, bringing Vatican City into existence. 1938. The Douglas DC-4E makes its first test flight. 1938. Second Sino-Japanese War. The Chinese nationalist government creates the 1938 Yellow River Flood to halt Japanese forces. 500,000 to 900,000 civilians are killed. 1940. King Haakon VII, Crown Prince Olaf, and the Norwegian government leave Tromsø and go into exile in London. They return exactly 5 years later. 1942. World War II. The Battle of Midway ends in American victory. 1942. World War II. Aleutian Islands Campaign. Imperial Japanese soldiers begin occupying the American islands of Attu and Kiska in the Aleutian Islands of Alaska. 1944. World War II. Battle of Normandy. At Aden-Abbey, members of the SS Division Hitlerjugend massacre 23 Canadian prisoners of war. 1945. King Haakon VII of Norway returns from exile, exactly 5 years in exile during World War II. 1946. The United Kingdom's BBC returns to broadcasting its television service, which has been off air for 7 years because of World War II. 1948. Anti-Jewish riots in Ojda and Jarada takes place. 1948. Edward Bernays resigns as president of Czechoslovakia rather than signing the 9th of May Constitution, making his nation a communist state. 1955. Lux Radio Theatre signs off the air permanently. The show launched in New York in 1934 and featured radio adaptations of Broadway shows and popular films. 1962. The organization Army Secret OAS sets fire to the University of Algiers library building, destroying about 500,000 books. 1965. The Supreme Court of the United States hands down its decision in Griswold versus Connecticut, prohibiting the states from criminalizing the use of contraception by married couples. 1967. Six-Day War. Israeli soldiers enter Jerusalem. 1971. The United States Supreme Court overturns the conviction of Paul Cohen for disturbing the peace, setting the precedent that vulgar writing is protected under the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. 1971. The Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Division of the U.S. Internal Revenue Service raids the home of Ken Bella for illegal possession of hand grenades. 1971. Allegheny Airlines Flight 485 crashes on approach to Tweed New Haven Airport in New Haven, Connecticut, killing 28 of 31 aboard. 1975. Sony launches Betamax, the first videocassette recorder format. 1977. 500 million people watched the high day of Silver Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II begin on television. 1981. The Israeli Air Force destroys Iraq's Osirak nuclear reactor during Operation Opera. 1982. Priscilla Presley opens Graceland to the public. The bathroom where Elvis Presley died 5 years earlier is kept off limits. 1989. Suriname Airways Flight 764 crashes on approach to Paramaribo Zenderhis International Airport in Suriname because of pilot error, killing 176 of 187 aboard. 1991, Mount Pinatubo erupts, generating an ash column 7 kilometers, 4.3 miles high. 2000, the United Nations defines the blue line as the border between Israel and Lebanon. 2017, a Myanmar Air Force Shanxi Y-8 crashes into the Andaman Sea near Dawai, Myanmar, killing all 122 aboard. Your daily dose of wisdom ends here, but the journey never stops. Thank you very much for your patience. Please do like, share, and subscribe the channel.